used to sit beneath the window light, watching rain fall through the quiet night. Your fingers tangled up in mine, like we had all the space and time. You'd rest your head against my chest, heartbeat moving slow and soft. I never thought the warmth we had could ever slowly turn to frost. When did your smile start fading? When did your eyes look away? I was standing right beside you, but somehow you slipped away. Before you turned cold, we were fire in the rain, holding on to each other like love would never change. Now I'm here in the dark, calling out your name, but winter found our hearts. Before you turn cold, you stopped laughing at my jokes. Your touch felt careful, almost plain. Conversations growing short, like words were slipping through your hands. I remember that one evening when you stared beyond the door. I asked you if you were okay. You said I'm fine, nothing more. Maybe I was too afraid to ask what I already knew. The silence grew between us, but I still reach for you. Before you turned cold, we were dancing in the light, believing every promise would survive another night. Now your side of the bed feels like frozen stone. How did we lose the warmth? Before you turn cold, if I could go back to that night when your hands were shaking in mine, I'd hold you closer than before and beg the stars to rewind. But seasons change without a sound, and love can fade so slow. I didn't see December hiding in your soul. Before you turn cold, we were fire in the rain, burning bright together through joy and through the pain. Now I stand alone in memories we made, still searching for the warmth. Before you turn cold, the rain still falls tonight, but you don't hold me anymore. We used to talk until the sunrise, laughing at the smallest things. Your hand would find its way to mine like it was where it's meant to be. We'd make plans we never questioned, dreams that felt so close and real. Tell me how a love so certain turned into something I can't feel. Was I the only one still holding on? Were you already halfway gone? We were fine, weren't we? That's what I believe. Every smile you gave to me felt so complete. Now I'm replaying memories, trying to find the truth. If we were really fine, why did I lose you? You started saying I'm just tired, avoiding what was in your eyes. Your voice grew softer than before, but not in the way love sounds. I should have asked a little deeper, I should have listened more than speak. But I was scared of breaking us, so I let the silence be. Maybe love was slowly fading while I was still pretending. That's what I still say, even though the evidence is walking away. If love was truly fading, why couldn't I see through? If we were really fine, why did I lose you? Were we ever fine? Was it only me? There's a sound that lingers in this place, like sunlight frozen in the air. Footsteps running down the hallway, back when love was everywhere. You used to call my name so softly from the other side of the door. Now the silence answers louder than it ever did before. I close my eyes and for a moment you're not gone. You laugh in the hallway, still echoes through my mind, like a melody that refuses to leave me behind. Every corner of this house still holds on. The laugh in the hallway feels more real than the truth. I passed the mirror by the staircase, where you'd fix your hair and smile. You'd say I'll only take a minute, but we talked there for a while. Now the walls don't feel the same, the air is heavier than before. It's strange how empty space can hurt more than when you walked out that door. If memories had a heartbeat, they'd still beat for you. Your laugh in the hallway still follows where I go, like shadows in is the last thing I can lose. If I could hear it one more time, just to know you're okay, I wouldn't ask for anything, I'd let you walk away. But echoes don't bring people back, they only make me stay inside a house yesterday. Your laugh in the hallway still breaks me in two. It sounds so close beside me, but it's farther than the truth. And even if the seasons change and someone else loves you, your laugh in the hallway will always lead me back to you. I swear I heard you just now, but it's only the silence again. You were sitting right beside me, but your eyes were somewhere else. Your hand was resting in my palm, yet I was holding it myself. The television was softly playing, but neither one of us could hear. There was a distance in the silence that had never been so clear. I asked if something was wrong. You said it's nothing, I'm just tired. But your voice had lost its warmth, like a slowly fading fire. That was the night you felt far away. Even though you didn't move, I could feel you slipping with nothing I could do. We were breathing the same air, but standing worlds apart. That was the night you felt far away, and I felt it in my but it was fragile, like it didn't fully stay. Your words were short and careful, like they didn't want to say. I kept pretending everything was just another phase, but deep inside I knew love was quietly changing shape. I should have held you closer, should have asked you to be true, but I was scared the answer would mean losing you. That was the night you felt far away. Your touch was colder than before. You said you still love me, but it didn't sound the same anymore. The room grew smaller by the minute, while the silence filled the space. That was the night you felt far away, and I couldn't make you stay. If I had reached a little deeper, would you have let me in? Or had your heart already decided this was where it ends. Sometimes goodbye begins long before the door, and I think I felt it that night more than ever before. That was the night you felt far away, though you never left my side. I watched love slowly disappear behind your quiet eyes. Now every time I close my own, I see that moment replay. That was the night you felt far away, and I knew you wouldn't stay. You were right beside me, but already gone. We sat across the table with untouched cups of coffee, steam fading into nothing, like what we used to be. Your fingers trace the surface of words you wouldn't speak. I felt the weight between us growing heavier each week. There was a question in your eyes, but neither one of us was brave. Something we didn't say became the end of us, a silence hanging in the air, where love began to rust. We let the quiet decide what we were too afraid to face. Something we didn't say took you away. Smiled like you were sorry, but never said the word. I nodded like I understood, though it slowly burned. The clock was ticking louder, then our breaking heart. And in that fragile moment, we were already apart. If I had asked you to stay, would it have changed a thing? Something we didn't say echoes in my mind, all the truth we hid away between the lines. No screaming, no goodbye, just a look we couldn't erase. Something we didn't say took you. Doors that slam like unfinished conversations that ended far too soon. If silence had a sound, it would carry your name. Something we didn't say is why nothing feels the same. We never said goodbye, but we both knew. Your coat was hanging by the doorway, like you were halfway out. The room felt smaller than before, filled with unspoken doubt. You wouldn't meet my eyes that night. Your voice was barely there. I felt your fingers slipping like smoke into the air. I thought love was strong enough to survive one more goodbye, but I didn't see the ending waiting in your eyes. If I held you longer, would you still be here? If I fought a little harder, would you disappear? I let the moment pass me by like it would come again. Now I'm reaching through the silence with empty hands. Your suitcase by the staircase looked heavier than before, not because of what was packed, but what we couldn't carry anymore. I tried to keep my voice steady, tried not to let it show, but breaking doesn't make a sound until you let it go. You said maybe this is better, better for who? If I held you longer, would your heart have stayed? If I told you that I need you, would it change that day? I keep replaying every second, wishing I had known that love can slip away from you without a single tone. If I had wrapped my arms around you like it was the last time, maybe you would have felt the fear behind my pride. But I stood there frozen, like I still had time, and now I'm left with what is. let me go. Your suitcase open on the floor, clothes folded neat like nothing's wrong. You moved around so quietly, like you were trying to stay strong. The hanger scraped against the rail, that sound still cuts me deep. Every shirt you placed inside felt like a promise I couldn't keep. I stood there frozen in the doorway, watching love erase itself. When you packed your things, you packed up all of me. Every step across that room took what we used to be. I wanted to say don't go, but the words just wouldn't come. When you packed your things, I knew we were done. You left your mug beside the sink, like you might come back someday. You said, I hope you understand, but I didn't know what to say. Your perfume lingered in the air, long after you walked out. Funny how the smallest scent can fill a house with doubt. The door clicked shut so softly, but it echoed like a storm. When you packed your things, you folded up our plans. All the dreams we built together slipped right through my hands. I should have crossed the distance instead of standing up. When you packed your things, I lost the only one. If I had stepped in front of you, would you have stayed that night? Or were your eyes already set on a life without my light? Some goodbyes don't need a fight, they just quietly appear. And love can disappear while you're standing right there. When you packed your things, you didn't just leave this place. You carried all the warmth we had and left an empty space. Now every room feels colder, every memory stings. The night you walked away from me was when you packed your things. Your suitcase rolled down the hallway, and my heart followed it out. There were no shattered glasses, no voices raised too high, just quiet breathing in the dark, and tears we chose to hide. You stood there by the window, staring at the street, like you were already somewhere else, far away from me. I felt it in the silence before you said a word. I watched love leave without a sound, no thunder in the sky, no tears falling down, just a space between our hands where warmth used to be. I watched love leave right in front of me. Said maybe we need distance, like distance wasn't there, like we hadn't been drifting for longer than we'd shared. Your eyes wouldn't stay on mine, they trembled and they fell. I think we both already knew, but we didn't want to tell. Some endings don't explode, they slowly disappear. Watch love lead, step by step, like fading light at sunset. I'll never forget, no dramatic goodbye, no reason to blame. I watched love leave and it never came back again. You'd still walk away. I watched love leave, and I didn't fight. I stood there in the dark while you stepped into the night. Now I replay that moment, wondering what it means. I watched love leave, and it left me with me. No screaming, just silence. It's almost morning, but I'm still awake. Street lights flicker like they're losing faith. Your side of the bed is untouched and cold. I trace the shape your shadow used to hold. My phone lights up, but not from you. I scroll through words we once called true. I pause on a love you sent that night, reading it under this tired light. Did you mean it when you said it then? Or was it already fading? Say it one more time, like you did before, like my name still feels safe on your tongue. Say it one more time, even if it's a lie. Let me hold that sound just for tonight. The clock keeps counting what I lost. Each second feels like what it cost. I never thought 3 simple words could hurt this much without being heard. I hear your voice inside my head, soft and warm, then quickly dead. Funny how echoes stay so clear when the person isn't here. If I could hear you say it now, maybe I could breathe somehow. Say it one more time, tell me you still care. Let it fill this empty room like you're still standing there. Say it one more time before it disappears, before I have to learn to live without those words. I know I shouldn't ask for this. I know we said goodbye, but sometimes pride is weaker at 2 a.m. at night. I'm not asking you to stay, I'm not asking you to try. I just wanna hear that I once was worth the fight. Say it one more time, even if it breaks, even if it's only an echo that I make. Let it fall like rain on a heart that's worn and torn. Say it one more time, like you did before. I'll pretend you said it and sleep with that tonight. I sat down at the piano tonight, fingers trembling over white and black. Every chord felt heavier, like something pulling back. The room was darker than before, even with the lights turned on. Funny how a single word can make a whole world gone. You said it softly, like it wouldn't work. whispers can leave a heart in pieces. Goodbye in a minor sounds softer than it should, but it cuts through my chest like I knew it would. You didn't raise your voice, you didn't even cry, but goodbye in a minor still said you were leaving my life. Your reflection in the window didn't look like mine anymore. Two silhouettes together, but already unsure. I tried to memorize your face like I could pause the scene. But time doesn't freeze for hearts in between. I should have asked you to stay, but fear held my tongue. Goodbye in a minor fell gently in the air like it wasn't ending. Everything we shared, you said you'll be okay, but you looked away. Goodbye in a minor still echoes today. If love was written in a key, why did ours turn gray? We started out in harmony, but drifted far away. Now these trembling hands play what I can't deny. Even simple melodies can sound like goodbye. Goodbye in a minor plays over and over again. Every time I close my eyes, I hear how it ends. You walked out quietly, but the silence was loud. Goodbye in a minor still follows me now. One last chord still unfinished. The night is quiet, breathing slow. The moonlight falls across the floor. Your memory lingers in the dark like perfume I can't ignore. The Curtains move without a sound. Cold air brushes past my skin. I close my eyes, but you're still here, living somewhere deep within. Maybe love was fragile glass, slipping slowly from my hands. At 2 a.m. I play our song again. Every note is calling out your name. If I could turn back time just once, I'd hold you closer in the rain. Now the sun fills the space you left, like winter settling in my chest. I whisper stay, but it's too late, and the piano answers instead. Streetlights glow beyond my window, like stars that fell but never shine. Your voice still echoes in my heart, soft as distant lullabies. I trace the outline of your smile in shadows dancing on the wall. How did something once so warm turn into nothing at all? I was blind to what we had. Now I see it's gone. At 2 a.m. I play our song again. Every chord just breaks my heart the same. If I had known that night would end, I'd never let you walk away. Now the silence sings your melody, a love that lives in memory. I reach for you inside the dark, but only empty air remains. If tears could rewrite yesterday, I'd wash our goodbye away. But love, like snow, just melts and fades, leaving winter in its place. At 2 a.m. I play our song again, hoping somehow you can feel the pain. Though you're gone beyond my reach, my heart still calls your name. tears don't fall like they used to. The nights don't shake my chest. Your name doesn't echo like a bullet in my head. I pass the mirror slowly, but I don't recognize the way my eyes look calmer, like storms have run dry. It's not that I'm stronger, it's just that I'm tired. I don't cry anymore when I hear your name. It doesn't break me open like it did that day. I don't cry anymore when the memories start. They just sit beside me like a quiet part of my heart. Your sweater's still in my closet, but it doesn't smell the same. I tried to feel something, but the feeling never came. The songs we used to listen to just sound like empty sound. No heavy chest, no falling down. I thought numb was healing, but it feels like disappearing. I don't cry anymore when I say goodbye, but part of me wonders if something inside died. I don't cry anymore, but I'm not okay. I just learned how to survive without breaking every day. No tears, just silence now. I used to say you changed too fast, that you were drifting away. But maybe I was standing still while you were trying to stay. I blame the silence on your side, like I had nothing to lose. Maybe I was too afraid to tell you what I couldn't choose. Love doesn't break in just one place, it cracks along the line. The fault wasn't only yours, it wasn't only mine. We were two scared hearts we didn't mean. We both let go of what could have been. I thought being quiet was peace, but it was just retreat. I thought if I swallowed my fears, we'd never feel defeat. You asked me what I needed, I said, I'm fine, don't worry. But hiding doesn't save love, it just makes it blurry. If I could go back, I wouldn't beg you to stay. I just learned how to speak before we drifted away. The fault wasn't only yours, and maybe that's okay. We were learning how to love in our imperfect way. Some lessons come after goodbye. This morning felt a little light. The curtains moved with air. For the first time in a while, I didn't feel you there. Not in a painful way, not in a missing you, just in a softer silence that felt a little new. The sun didn't hurt my eyes today. A window opened in my chest, where heavy air once stayed. The weight I carried every night feels slightly rearranged. I'm not healed, not yet, but something shifted slow. A window opened quietly and let a little hope in. I walked outside without your ghost, following my pace. The world looked almost normal without your shadow's trace. And for a second, I didn't check my phone. Maybe healing isn't loud, maybe it's just small, like breathing without pain at all. A window opened in my chest, and I didn't close it tight. I let the daylight settle in and stay a little while. It didn't fix everything, but it was enough for today. A window opened quietly and let a little hope in. It didn't fix everything, but it was enough for today. A window opened quietly and let a little hope in. saw a picture of us, and I didn't look away. I smiled at who we were on that summer day. Not because I want it back, and not because it hurts, but because it mattered, even if it burned. We were beautiful ones, and that's enough for me. Not every love is meant to last eternally. We were beautiful ones, and I want to raise the way we loved in our fragile place. Some stories don't need sequels to still be good. We were beautiful ones, and that's understood. We were beautiful ones, and that's understood. The rain writes letters on my window in a language only lonely hearts can read. Your coffee cup is still beside me, like it's waiting for your hands, not mine to keep. The silence doesn't fight me anymore. It learned your name and sleeps here on the floor. I replay every fragile word we said, like turning pages we already read. But it's too late to fix us now. The cracks are running through the sound of every promise we once made. They're breaking slowly in the rain. I tried to hold what slipped away, but love don't bend the way we pray. We were beautiful somehow, but it's too late to fix us now. Your shadow lingers in the hallway, like it forgot which way to lead. I still set the table for two, then quietly remove your empty seat. We held the pieces in our hands, but never learned to understand. But it's too late to fix us now. something we once ran alone. But it's too late to fix us now. But I still whisper you somehow into the dark, into the blue, into the ghost of loving you. You stood there in the doorway, waiting for a sign from me. I held back every trembling truth, afraid of what it might release. Now every night they echo loud, the silence screams what I disalone. The words I never said are heavier than regret. They hang between the stars and press against my chest. If I had let them fall before you walked away, maybe you'd still be here. Maybe you would have stayed. I thought love could read my heartbeat without hearing it out loud. But unspoken doesn't mean understood, and quiet doesn't mean proud. I love you was on my tongue, but fear convinced me not to run. The words I never said are dancing in my head, and every rainy night they're lying in your stead. If I had let them fall before you walked away, maybe you'd still be here. Maybe you would have stayed. The curtains barely move tonight, but somehow I still feel the cold. The windows crack just like my heart, letting in what I can't hold. Your sweater's hanging by the chair, like you'll come back for it soon. I haven't had the strength to move anything that once held you. The clock keeps ticking soft and slow, like it's careful where it goes. I trace the outline in the sheets where your body used to be. The mattress dips on memory, like it still believes. I'm still sleeping on your side, even though you're not mine. I drift into the space you left, like you're returning time. Every night I close my eyes and reach across the line. I'm still sleeping cold, but I won't let it change. If I move a single inch, it feels like you'll fade. Your pillow keeps the shape of you. Oh man, maybe that's my mind, holding on to every trace you accidentally left behind. The silence breathes between the walls. Your name is in it all. I turn toward the empty dark like you're whispering my heart. The shadows almost look like us before we fell apart. I'm still sleeping on your side, even though you said goodbye. My hands still search the midnight air like you're just out of sight. Every night I tell myself tomorrow I'll be fine, but I'm still sleeping on your side, pretending you're still mine. Morning light is unforgiving. It shows me what is missing. Half a bed and half a dream, and all the space between. Maybe healing means one day I'll learn to shift away, but tonight I let it stay. I'm still sleeping on your side, even though it hurts inside. The echo of your heartbeat still lingers in the night. Every tear I try to hide falls quietly in time. I'm still sleeping on your side, pretending you're still mine. Bed is wide, the room is quiet, but I leave the light on low, just in case you lose your way and find your way back home. The streetlights blur like watercolor on the pavement soaked in blue. Every drop against my window sounds a little bit like you. Your side of town is miles away, but it feels closer in the dark. When the night is quiet enough, I can hear my breaking heart. The wind keeps whispering your name like it doesn't know you've changed. I wonder if you found a place where silence doesn't ache, where someone knows the fragile parts I never could translate. I hope you're warm tonight, wrapped in someone holding you tight. I hope your hands are safe from cold and your heart is finally home. If love is softer where you are, if it doesn't leave a scar, then maybe losing you was right. I hope you're warm tonight. I still remember how you'd shiver even in the summer rain. How you'd steal my jacket like love could hide the pain. The coffee shop on 5th and Main closed earlier today. I almost texted you the news, then remembered you don't stay. Some habits don't unlearn so fast, some memories always last. I hope someone listens close when you speak too low to hear. I hope they see the storm in you and don't disappear. I hope you're warm tonight with laughter in your quiet life. I hope the tears you used to hide don't visit you at night. If someone else can love you better, hold you through the weather, then maybe I'll survive. I hope you're warm tonight. Some prayers don't ask for second chances, they don't beg for rewinds, they just wish the others safe. Even if it breaks your spine, I don't need you back with me. If where you are, you're free. I hope you're warm tonight, even if I'm not by your side. I hope the cold don't reach your skin the way it's reached inside. If happiness has found your door, then I won't ask for more. I hope you're warm tonight, even if I'm not. The rain keeps falling through the dark, but I'll let you go in light. Love doesn't always stay, sometimes it just says good night. I used to turn the music louder so I wouldn't hear my thoughts, fill the room with the moving shadows so I wouldn't feel the loss. I kept running from the silence like it carried your goodbye, but the faster that I moved, the less I felt alive. The mirror didn't recognize the stranger in my eyes, so I let the quiet stay, let it echo through the day. If I'm ever gonna heal, I can't keep walking away. I'm learning to sit with the pain. Not every storm needs to be chased away. Some wounds don't close overnight, they just grow softer with the light. I'm breathing through the rain, letting the tears fall without shame. I'm not okay, but I remain, learning to sit with the pain. Shape of us, but I don't turn away. I let the memories come and go like waves that choose to stay. sometimes it barely speaks. I used to beg the night to change, to take this weight away, but maybe healing is an escape. Maybe it's learning to stay. I'm learning to sit with the pain. Not every tear needs to be explained. Some scars are proof of love, not something to be ashamed. I'm standing in the rain, without a roof, without a chain. I'm not whole yet, but I'll change. Learning to sit with the pain. Maybe loving you is real, even if it didn't heal. Maybe endings don't erase the beauty that they steal. If I carry what we were, it doesn't mean I'm weak. It just means my heart still speaks. I'm learning to sit with the pain, letting it move through my veins, not fighting every memory, not begging it to change. I'm breathing through the rain, and I'm stronger than the ache. I'm not okay, but I remain, learning to sit with the pain. Outside is slowing down, the sky begins to clear. The pain still sits beside me, but it doesn't own me here. I don't slam doors anymore. I don't raise my voice. There's no fire left to burn, just the echo of a choice. The picture frame is still face down, but I don't turn it right. Some memories don't need a fight, they just fade out of sight. The war we had is over now, no winners left somehow. Anger would be easier, at least it would be loud. At least it would give shape to what I'm feeling now. But I'm not angry, just broken, like glass that doesn't complain. You can't hear the way it shatters when it falls in the rain. I don't hate you, I don't blame you. There's nothing left to prove. I'm not angry, just broken, still learning how to move. I pass by all our favorite places, and my hands don't even shake. It's strange how calm a heart can be while quietly it breaks. Your name no longer burns my lips, it rests there soft and slow, like something I once carried but finally let go. The silence doesn't scream at night, it simply sits beside. I thought I'd drown in bitterness or curse the sky above, but heartbreak doesn't always rage. Sometimes it just gives up. I'm not angry, just broken, like a song even if it couldn't stay. Maybe peace is letting go without needing someone to pay. I'm not angry, just broken, and that's harder to explain. There's no lightning in this heartbreak, just a steady falling rain. I won't call you in the midnight, I won't beg you to remain. I'm not angry, just broken, learning how to live with the rain. The storm outside is fading, the sky is turning gray. There's no hatred in my heart, just the pieces of yesterday. I touch the keys so carefully, like they might remember you. Every note fell soft and weak, like it already knew. The room was dark except the street light, painting shadows on the wall. Your absence sat beside me, heavier than it should fall. The melody turned minor slow, like it refused to let you go. My hands were shaking on the ivory, every chord began to blur. The silence in between the notes spoke louder than the words. When the piano cried your name, every echo felt the same. It trembled through the empty room and wrapped around the pain. Even silence knew your face in every soft refrain. When the piano cried your name, I broke again. Petals held the sorrow down, but couldn't hold it long. The harmony we used to share now sounded wrong. I tried to change the key we played to something bright and new, but every scale I climbed somehow led back to you. The rhythm lost its steady time, like yours no longer matched with mine. I let my fingers fall apart across the black and white, and every note became a tear falling into night. When the piano cried your name, the walls began to shake. The air itself was breaking with every breath I take. Even silence bowed its head, there was nothing left to blame. When the piano cried your name, love burned in vain. Maybe music keeps the ghosts of everything we were. Maybe every broken chord still carries what we heard. If I close my eyes too tight, last note hung in quiet air, then slowly slipped away. The rain outside kept falling, but inside nothing stayed.